I ain't finding loads. With me and you, you know I gave it all my life and soul. We drifted off and still it's left me with these giant holes. Nothing to fill the gap and all I feel is highs and lows. I pour a drink and sit and wonder why we rivaled loads. See, I was man enough to leave, you gave the final blows. There's many fish out in the sea, I guess, but I suppose I think it's time I let it go. Come crashing down, yeah, my feet won't reach the ground. Yeah, the waves come crashing down. Yeah, these waves come crashing down, but my feet won't reach the ground. Yeah, these waves come crashing down. Leave the world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I belong. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. They don't know how we love when we're lying close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I belong. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love.
There we go. There we go. I'm live. Cool. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly clear the snippets. And to be honest, we're just gonna chill for today. Pretty much I'm just gonna watch some videos and not play the game as much. Check. Yeah. I already hit that. should do this before it crashes the game. Yay! Let's switch over. Who's next? Yay! Yay! The machine works. I got all. Ah, it's human, yeah. Get rid of these. Sorry, it's not glitched out there. It's not letting me make them. Great. Log out. Get back in. I didn't have no shop yet. No, nothing. I need. It's odd. No, I went too low. Damn, this shouldn't take so long. Alright, save the game. Go to the title screen, I'll fix it. Maybe that will fix it. Didn't even pick up what everything that I had in my inventory. Weird. Glitch, isn't it?
They'll be calling me royalty. She galvanized me.
I don't know why black one's there.
Like steel, back on my feet, living for the thrill again.
Never stop picking up.
Another day. She satisfied me, gave me what I want, just what we need, never too far away. Loving for another day, but she asked for it. She asked for something more. She asked for it.
Here's the sand. So I'm gonna look at the video. Ooh, actually I haven't seen this. These two, alright. So we're gonna be spun. There we go. Nice. Yeah.
Is a blast from the past featuring retro furniture items and vintage style fashions for the summer season. Create your own drive-in movie night in the Valley with flashback furniture items, or turn on the jukebox and jive with the rock and roll fox companion and Mickey in his new electrifying dream style. Face the summer heat.
God, again they give dream styles to like just the like Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. Give it to the other goddamn characters.
Alongside Donald in his tasteful new dream style, also arriving in this Star Path. That's not all. Be sure to end your night at the iconic Cozy Cone Motel with new bonus rewards this.
Cozy Cone Motel, what's that? Cozy Cone Motel. Oh, it's from Cars. Okay.
Season. You'll also be able to add a little extra luck to your valley with a new companion being added to the premium shop this update.
Lucky the 101 Dalmatians pet or companion. Is the actual cone itself the motel? Ah, okay. I see. Alright.
Lucky from Disney's 101 Dalmatians. While there might not be 101 puppies in the premium shop, we hope he's the one for you. Explore this new Star Path and more when it arrives with the Emotional Rescue update on August 20th. See you in the Valley.
Alright, and I saw quality of life improvements. This
Emotional
one's
Rescue
interesting.
arrives August 20th, bringing with
gonna
it
be
some
cool.
incredible new features and quality of life improvements.
Alright, here we go.
Rotate away with the ability to now place fences diagonally. Perfect for decorating
About
along
time.
the
If you can do
diagonal
paths, you
paths
should be able to
introduced
do
in our last update, The
fences.
Mysteries of Skull Rock. Place additional villager stalls throughout both our expansion passes. Disney Dreamland
Finally!
Valleys A Rift in Time and Disney Dreamland Valley The Storybook Vale to create new, upgradable versions that will offer resources related to the valley in which they are situated. Speaking of expansions, owners of
That's
Disney Dreamland Valley A Rift
about
in Time
time.
can expect the addition of 3 new floating islands in this update. Each island is themed after their biome counterpart and purchasable with...
Knew that was coming.
We heard your feedback surrounding the cost on certain features. So, as with the Emotional Rescue update, we've made some changes to both upgradable chests to lower their costs and to the Uncrafting Station, changing the cost to Uncraft from Dreamlight to Star Coins instead.
Good.
Finally, we loved seeing the community response to our photo mode changes in our Wonderland Whimsy update and decided to go even further by introducing 2 brand new features. Unleash your creativity by adding some extra flair to your photos with motifs,
Ah.
Compatible with Dream Snaps, you can now adorn your entries with any eligible motif you've collected. Lastly, introducing the Photo Gallery. You can now save up to 6 of your precious captured memories in your very own gallery. You can even use it to save multiple photos and decide which one to submit to Dream Snaps challenges that week.
That's good.
We can't wait for all these changes to arrive in the Emotional Rescue update when it releases on August 20th. See you in the Valley!
I am so stoked for having shops in other areas. That's, in my opinion, huge.
Emotional Rescue arrives August 20th, bringing with it some incredible new features and quality of life
I
improvements.
have to watch this again. Hold on.
Rotate away with the ability to now place fences.
Don't care about this
diagonally.
quantity.
Perfect for decorating alongside
Can't speed
your
it up 'cause
diagonally
it's so
placed
short.
paths introduced in our last update, The Mysteries of Skull Rock. Place additional villager stalls throughout both our expansion passes, Disney Dreamlight Valley's A Rift in Time and Disney Dreamlight Valley The Storybook Fair,
Wicked.
to create new, upgradable versions that will offer resources related to the valley in which they are situated.
Hopefully, it means you can take things
Speaking of
away.
expansions,
Take them
owners
away.
of Disney Dreamlight Valley A Rift in Time can expect the addition of 3 new floating islands in this update. Each island is themed after their biome counterpart and purchasable with BIST. We heard your feedback surrounding
That's
the
so
cost
cool.
on certain features.
I'm
So,
happy
as
with
of
it.
the Emotional Rescue
More
update,
islands
we've
is
made
good,
some
so I
changes
can
to
make
both
more
upgradable chests
holiday
to lower
islands.
their costs, and to the
'Cause I never
uncrafted
made
station,
pirate
changing
island
the
'cause I
cost
missed
to
the event.
uncraft from Dreamlight to Starcoins instead. Finally, we loved seeing the community response to our photo mode changes in our Wonderland Whimsy update, and decided to go even further by introducing 2 brand new features. Unleash your creativity by
I don't
adding
really
some
care about
extra
that bit.
flair to your photos
But that's so
with
cool.
motifs.
That's so cool. I'm happy with that. So many hidden features found. What do you mean? Well, I don't like Seraph though. Huge quality of life changes. Yeah, not really huge, but it's good changes. Very good changes. Nah, I like Oscar. We'll watch Oscar's video.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Oscar's Cozy Corner. Gameloft are continuing to tease the Inside Out update coming next week, August 20th, Emotional Rescue.
God.
And today they've given us a look at the quality of life upgrades that
Yeah,
will be
I
coming
always like
with
the
that
quality of life
update
upgrades
and
when
what
they
we
drop
can
them.
expect to see in the
They're
game.
definitely
when
ramping
that
them
update
up a little
drops.
bit.
It's only a short clip, so I'm going to let Courtney take over, tell us what the quality of life improvements
So we're gonna
are,
listen
and
to
then we'll
Courtney
go
again.
through
Alright.
step by step and see what we think.
Emotional Rescue arrives August 20th, bringing with it some incredible new features and quality
How
of
come
life
you got a
improvements.
bigger view? Is she on
Rotate away with the ability
Dreamlight Valley? Did they actually release a video? Dreamlight Valley. What's Dreamlight Valley? No. How did he get hold of the whole video?
to now place fences diagonally. Perfect for decorating alongside your diagonally placed paths introduced in our last update, The Mysteries of Skull Rock. Place additional villager stalls throughout both our
He got hold of the whole video. Where is this video? It's not on their YouTube channel. Odd.
expansion passes, Disney Dreamlight Valley's A Rift in Time and Disney Dreamlight Valley The Storybook Fair, to create new, upgradable versions that will offer resources related to the valley in which they are situated.
I'm so happy with that.
Speaking of expansions, owners of Disney Dreamlight Valley A Rift in Time can expect the addition of 3 new floating islands in this update. Each island is themed after their biome counterpart and purchasable with BIST. We heard your feedback surrounding the cost on certain features.
Wait, is
So,
it just
as with the
Eternity
Emotional
Isle though?
BIST,
Hold up.
Valley A Rift in Time can expect
Yeah,
the
Rift in
addition
Time,
of 3
yeah.
new floating islands in this
So
update.
I'm assuming they're
Each
gonna do
island
it
is
for
themed after their biome counterpart and purchasable with BIST. We heard your feedback surrounding the cost on
Story
certain
Babel, too.
features. So, as of the Emotional Rescue update, we've made some changes to both upgradable chests to lower their costs and to the uncrafting station, changing the cost to uncraft.
So we'll speed along.
We
Hold on.
can't wait for all these changes to arrive in the
The diagonal pathing that we got a few updates ago. I personally found the diagonal pathing a little bit clunky to use just in terms of the UI. It's easier on a keyboard and mouse. I think it's
Yeah.
slightly more difficult on controller.
all the
So
design-
I'm gonna
the-
assume that
All the design work in Dreamlight Valley is better on PC. Like, that's why I moved to PC. even before all this
have
stuff.
the same sort of mechanics, but it is really nice that they are taking the time to introduce that as well. I am still holding out for curved pathing and curved fencing.
That will
at
never
some
happen.
point. I don't know if that will ever come. I do believe that they teased that last year, and it seems as though they've run into maybe a little bit of a bug or something with the mechanics of it. But I will take diagonal pathing and fencing for now. This looks great. Courtney does go on to say that we are now able to place different stalls in the expansion passes, so we can place.
So it looks like we've got
stall,
Moana's stall as well.
An Aladdin stall in both a Rift in Time and the Storybook Vale, which is a bonus. I know that is a real big wishlist point for a lot of people in the community. I have always thought it would be really beneficial to have those stalls in the expansion passes as well, because it just makes them feel a little bit more alive and a little bit more integrated with the main game. And the real nice touch is that they're going to be able to stock stuff relating to that expansion pass.
Yes.
So we can see here that the Aladdin store.
Be questioning whether you can move Daisy Shop as well.
It have the gems that come with the Storybook Vale. So we've got the magma, we've got the opal, the ice. So it's going to be really nice to be able to purchase those from a specific store.
It's just a question where we can remove stalls once you place them.
The really pleasant surprise on top of that is they've shown a Moana's boat as well. So it looks as though we're going to be able to place Moana's boat in both of the expansion passes and get fish from those specific DLCs, which is a really.
So if we go back to here, go back to the actual game itself. So the ones that we can move Kristoff's stall. I guess in the same vein, you should be able to move Gaston's stall to here if you want to. I personally want to move Gaston's stall to Storybook Vale. So you got Gaston's stall, you got Kristoff's stall. What else we got? So you got Tina. It's Tiana or Tiana? Oh, Tiana. We got Tiana. Tiana's stall there. What else we got? We got Aladdin's. It's just a question: can we remove these stalls though? Once we place them, can we remove them? I would like to be able to remove them. They didn't mention that. So we've got Moana's boat here, which I might just put Moana's boat in the other areas just so I can loot them and stock up on those fish, because I run a little bit light on them. And I hope they unlock them once you get to a certain point in the game rather than you just unlock them straight away. So it kind of feels like an in-game kind of reward rather than anything else. We've got the flower store. That would be good to be moved to Beast's area. So I'm hoping we can move them. I'm hoping we can not only have them in the other expansion areas, but to actually remove them from Dreamlight Valley if we don't want them. Because it saves on space. If I can get rid of a couple of these stalls, it definitely saves on space. I probably would get rid of Aladdin's stall. It's weird that Aladdin's actually not there when you actually use them. So I don't know where they'll get rid of Aladdin, because it kind of matches the idea of what's happening in here. But I'd also want to save on room. I guess that's something they don't elaborate in the video is, yep, we can move these stalls wherever we want, but can we actually remove the stalls from the locations they're currently at? That is the question. Let's go back.
Nice touch, because I did wonder just for a second there if Moana's boat was going to get forgotten about, but it didn't. So it seems like any stall will be able to be placed across each valley.
Yeah,
I honestly never thought that this would come, but apparently we're going to
I knew this was probably coming.
Floating islands.
It makes so much more sense.
Which is a big surprise to me. I honestly didn't think that they would do DLC.
I think what they're trying to do is, one, Eternity Isle needed it the most, mainly because they were so restricted on this space when they in the actual expansion pack itself, but they're trying to give as much design tools as possible within the limitations that they've created for themselves. And one of them is this floating islands thing. It's like they're going, all right, people want more room, people want to do whatever they want. Let's give them as much as possible because we can't change what's already there. So it kind of makes sense to me that they would do something like this.
Islands, and I've kind of been on record like in Discord and stuff saying that, so I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm happy to be proven wrong. It does make me wonder if we're going to get Storybook Vale ones as well. Maybe
I think we
they'll
will
come out sometime next year.
I think this is setting up for the precedent going forward that this will always be the case. That in time there's a new biome, we get a new island with it as well.
In the Rift in Time expansion has been out for quite a while now, so getting these floating islands around now, maybe we'll get some Storybook Vale ones next year. Or
I think what Oscar's saying is about maybe any update to Niall he wasn't considering, because I feel like this was pretty obvious.
Maybe we'll get them before the new DLC towards the end of this year, but I'm excited. More flexibility is always very, very welcome. And honestly, they look great. I love how these have turned out. I know that they've kind of like decorated them just to show off in this teaser trailer, but it's going to be really,
Where
really
did this
helpful
teaser
for
trailer
users,
drop? Because
especially
I
if
can't
you like
find
to
it anywhere.
decorate your actual valleys and your actual kind of like game maps. Having these blank spaces is really handy, and the biomes are so distinct with actually every DLC that it'll be really nice to have that as an available option.
I think they've got themselves in a bit of a trap though, with that, because they're running out of biomes. I mean, if you put your head to it, what biomes are actually left? You could make it like a more fantasy kind of like maybe a candy biome or something like that, but all the generic biomes are kind of already being ticked off, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to figure out which biomes to use in the new one, but it's
now,
a choice.
One of the things that I love to see as a player is a company listening to player feedback, and it does seem as though they've really taken on board what we said. I know that I've had videos on Dreamlight and the cost of things in the past. I know that other creators have done that as well. So it is really nice to see Gameloft listening and reducing the cost of things like upgrading the chests. They've adjusted the crafting station to star coins, which is fantastic. But you can see here.
Yeah, the uncrafting station being cost in Dreamlight was very anti-gamer. It was a good sync of Dreamlight, but Dreamlight already has a lot of syncs to take all your Dreamlight from. Like a lot of crafting certain items cost Dreamlight. And there's not actually a lot of things that you need coins for. So it makes it a little bit more sense to be more things to use coins so you can actually, earn more in-game to spend.
A medium chest to a large chest now looks as though it's only going to cost...
Because you can't grind out Dreamlight unless you do the daily duties, and that's fun.
4,000 Dreamlight instead of the 8,000 I believe it did cost before. I'm hoping somebody ran the numbers and worked out that actually it was always cheaper to just make one from scratch than it was to upgrade. So it was kind of a pointless feature, but it's really nice that that's been rectified and adjusted. And the real big one for me is what I actually said from the moment the uncrafting station went live is that it should never have cost Dreamlight. I know that they reduced it in the last update again. It should never have cost Dreamlight. It should have always cost star coins. And they've taken that feedback on board. So you can see here that uncrafting a pool is only going to cost you 220 star coins, and you will get back 300 stone and 50 wood. So, I mean, that's far better. It's going to be used by many more people.
Wait, is that the summer crafting station? Do I have that? Hold on. Well, let's check my summer area. Hold up. I also hope that the... Oh, that's just the wrong place. That's a glade. Couldn't remember where I put it. Oh, renaming islands would be good. Hopefully you can rename islands. Oh. I forgot this is my amusement park. Where I want to be. Is it Plaza? Oh, Sunlight. Maybe it's Sunlight. Oh, I do have it by there. I just didn't make another one to put in my my town, basically. I should really do that. It'd be cool if you could, like, once in a while see the characters actually use the crafting stations, like as as an idle thing. That would be cool. Yeah, just seeing the characters just walk around and just use the crafting stations. Anyway. Alright, let's back up.
Yeah, now, so that's a real bonus. And thank you, Gameloft, for listening. I know that that was a real kind of like pain point for a lot of players. So I'm glad that you've taken that on board, and it is a very, very welcome addition. There are also new motifs coming to the camera mode, which is very exciting. It seems as though we're going to be
quite a lot of quality of
like
life improvements with this update.
Style editor for the camera mode, which will allow us to place any motifs that we've unlocked into pictures. I will be interested to see how much this is used, or how much this actually impacts Dream Snaps, because Courtney does say that you are going to be able to use this in Dream Snaps, so that's going to be an interesting one to find out how the community to adapt to this. I'm not sure how often I will use it. I do like the motifs, but I also kind of like building my own snaps myself and not adding stickers
I hate
and
snaps.
frames. And
I'm over them.
It's just not my vibe. But
I don't even like take photos in real life.
Very creative out there that uses it in a remarkable way, and if anybody's going to do it, it is going to be this community. We now also are getting an in-game photo gallery, which is a nice touch, I suppose. And I only say I suppose because, again, it's limited.
You can't share
photos, so I'm not 100% sure why that is. Maybe it's just space on local devices and things like that.
Yeah, 6 is a weird number.
Of it, so being able to save 6 versions of a photo at once and then decide what to submit to Dream Snaps. If they didn't have that feature, I probably wouldn't use the gallery aspect, but I love that this acts as sort of a draft.
I just get so bored with like Dream Snaps. I don't know what's good, and it just stresses me out. I want to do something else multiplayer related.
Or you could just take multiple versions with different tweaks on the editor, different variations, different filters. Decide which one.
I think different poses is a big one.
That's a real nice touch, because that is the one.
Like sometimes the character, if you
kind of like
sometimes if you get like an NPC character and it moves just to the last second, you miss the shot. So being able to take it like multiple. Hey Yasmin, Sarah's been going good on Dream Stats. Oh, that's cool. It's good to see Sarah still playing the game. I haven't seen her for a while. And I saw those clips that you posted to the Discord. They did make me laugh. I'm tempted to make some YouTube shorts out of them. I think they're really good. They're really good.
Exit that camera mode. If you haven't submitted, you have to go through it all again and then resubmit. So I do love this. I think it's going to be super handy for Dream Snaps. And like I said, if it didn't have that Dream Snap aspect, I probably wouldn't use it. But because it does,
I think the problem is I'm not a photo person. So like the only way I can participate in anything like at a weekly event is through Dream Snaps, and I just don't want to. I'm lazy. Not lazy, I just don't enjoy it. I want to do something else, you know? And I think that's where Palia and other games have the advantage, is there's more to do in multiplayer than just take photos. I mean, even people coming around to your valley is such a mission. It's not even easy.
I'm very much looking forward to this.
Let's
and
put it
being
like
able
this
to
unique
see
code, and it's
draft
just a mess.
versions of Dream Snaps. This is a nice little example of that, where they've got different poses, and then you go ahead and submit. So that is it for this video, besties. That is it for the quality of life upgrades. We've now got characters, star path, and quality of life on the way that we've taken a look at. I don't think
So
that
this is my favorite.
stuff
The fact we
relating
can just move
to
these
that
stalls
expansion
to
pass.
wherever
So
we
can
want
see
them
here
now.
that the Aladdin stall is in Mythopia.
It'll be interesting to see the limitations of how it works, though. Anyway, switch back. I don't really have any other videos to watch. Let me see. Alright, turn the music back on. Actually, what we'll do is we'll make one of those tables, so I can add it to my collection. Well, that's not very good for you, is it? We'll go. Oh, I can't even see myself. Oh, that's a stupid feature. There we go. Find the cozy, not cozy, the new crafting table. How do I make it? Oh, there it is. I need s'mores. Crap, I need s'mores. Alright. Alright, I need to be exact here because I don't want to make too many. I've only got 90 of these ones. Why do I speak so much? That's alright. Should be alright. Should be alright. Alright, so the first one we want to make only 40. There. And then we'll put them in here. My little collection. Which I might have to expand this little section here. Running out of room. See, it would be good if, like, you could see the NPCs come in and they just use the tables as an idle kind of thing. One of the downfalls about Dreamlight Valley, and I think that's why I think I like Dinkum a little bit more at the moment, is like you build out your your town or your village or whatever, and you actually see the NPCs interact with it, and I think that's what makes Dinkum a little bit ahead. Because like you build all this stuff, but you don't see the like Goofy coming out and maybe using it. I mean, you see Tina. Tina's the only one that does use it. But they all should do it. I'm liking the new items though in Star Path. They look cool. Oh, I need to put Ariel's table in the Look at the mermaid section. Spends a little bit. I'll put that tank there. Good morning, Mr. Tanker. How are you doing? Been very, very quiet. Literally only Yasmin. I nearly called her Jasmine after all this time. Yasmin's the only one that's been here. I know, sorry. It's like 7 AM in the morning. Leave me alone. Not a perfect person. Put it again. I know. We need to get that damn it Dave things working. And by we, I mean me. I need to get off my butt and get it working. You're doing a bit meh, just average. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Is there anyone that you need us to beat up? Yasmin will come over and just beat them up for you. I heard that, yeah, Yasmin goes around beating up people. And weirdly, her partner falls down a lot of stairs for some reason. So I don't know what that's about, but I've heard things. Nah, and why Yasmin, you're closer? Because I've got a damn heart machine. I don't... What are they... All they need to do is punch me and I bruise like a peach because of my blood thinners. Or they just snap my cord and I die. I mean, there's so many avenues that they can take me out that it just doesn't seem worth it. I wonder if we can move Tiana's shop too. So, it looks like we can move all the stalls, but can we move her shop? I'm sure they would have mentioned if we could. I really want to move that. I want to get rid of that from this section and have it completely in the other one. Just the theme. There's a question whether you can have multiple as well. Or you only can have one. Oh god, I really want the update now just to see what it is. Try and find the white snippets, I can't see them. I'm trying to think what to do. I'm gonna move Crystal still. Back where it belongs, which is here. according to the spreadsheet, you fish a lot of fish. I just haven't updated the fish side of it. We're going to be doing the spreadsheet stuff next week with the new update dropping. Got to ask for time off work tomorrow. Oh no, not tomorrow. Today. See if I can get time off work to play the update. I'm not going to tell them to play the update because I think that's going to just lead me to shame at work if I ask that specifically. Hey, can I have some time off work to play Dreamlight Valley all day? Sure. The shame will be real. Alright, see you, Mr. Tanko. Have a good one, mate. I hope you feel a little bit better tomorrow with the weekend. And just remember, Yasmin beats up her partner. If you have learned anything today. Wow. Alright, Owen Wilson. My jokes are funny. I'm so lazy with my jokes. Wow. Wow. Well, I mean, you haven't denied it. I'm just saying, we've kind of just said very kind of like, wow, how, like, you're not saying how dare you or anything, you're just like, oh no, he's found out. I'm going to not deny it. It's 7 o'clock anyway. I need to go on my break. Get my drink. Part of the routine. Take my rattle over meds. I'm gonna treat myself to an energy drink this morning. Alright. Go on break. I'll be back in 5-10 minutes. There we go. Back. Oh, what should we do, Yasmin? Alright, how about we... I need a little bit of mess, so how about just about today. What should we watch? Any funny videos we could watch? I'll probably get copyright strike for like anything. But who cares? I don't earn money from this, so copyright me for nonsense. Quickly go in here and see something. That's different. Peter Pan's hopscotch outline. But tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week it's gonna be grind mode. For Dave. Getting ready for the next update. And getting my machine ready to go. Because I really need to get that machine ready to go. I'll probably finish on the weekend, just log in. Top it up. Swearing I'm gonna end up being like the last person that's still playing this game. What's gonna happen every update? All the streamers that stop playing the game regularly are gonna come back to it, do bits on the content that's gonna vanish again. Eventually, the outcast will come here. This could be the outcast saving area. Saving area? Clubhouse, whatever. I don't know. It's too early. Words and things fail me. The problem is that I don't think they'll actively like turn around and go, "We're not updating the game anymore." I know they probably will. The star path will run out. I wonder if they've got like a sunset strategy in place. That once they're like, alright, we're going to leave the game there, what they're going to do. Because the star paths just eventually run out. So they're just going to put the star paths on like a rotation or something. I don't know. It'd be interesting to do something like that. I'm just glad they're going to do an update to Attorney Isle, even though it's a very simple update. Just adding the islands. But I knew they would eventually go and do that. So how's life with you, Yasmin? Any luck with the work side of things? I try not to ask too much about it because I know what kind of pressure that can be. And typically the pressure comes from yourself, but being reminded of it kind of sucks. So I've been trying not to say too much about it. Nope, still unemployed. No. Well, I mean, luckily, I'm assuming you've got a supportive partner and a partner who is okay with backing you up. So at least that's something. What are you doing with your time though? You're making use of it, or have you reached the whole point of like a little bit of hopelessness, kind of feel like a lazy piece of shit every day? Because you feel like you're not doing enough, and it's kind of like it's actually depression, but you don't really realize it's depression. Or you're still staying pretty productive and ticking off things and taking advantage of the time. You're so over it, yeah. I get it. I get it. That's an annoying thing because you're so over it, but the whole looking for a job thing is exhausting as well. But you know the only way you can get out of it is to do that, so you're like in this weird kind of... You're stuck. You're kind of stuck, you know? If that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but... In order to solve the problem, you have to do something that you don't really want to do anymore. But the key to it is just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Otherwise, you're just not going to do anything. And don't think you can't get a job because someone hired you before. So none of that bullshit. That's the worst the trap that I fall into myself. I started doubting my own abilities, and like no one will hire me because I'm a piece of shit. Yay! Alright, get your pet on. Gentle rabbit, alright. Basically, I'm gonna leave all the companions before I redo where all the companions actually sit. Oh, they actually scared me for a little bit. Well, if you're ever bored, you could always stream. I don't know if you're ever that bored. Or learn to edit videos, then you can actually just edit videos for people. It's a good skill to have. There's always desperate people on the internet for editors. Damn meds make my nose run. It's the most annoying thing on the bloody planet. That floating house surprised me. Yeah. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, it surprised me too. It's the house from Up, apparently. So this is supposed to be the up section. There you go. I think it's better to see it. You can't really see the balloons very well, but yeah, there you go. Oh, come on. Ah! This is why I hate Attorney Isle. It's the camera angles are terrible. Alright, there you go. So this is supposed to be the up section, but I don't really have, there's not a lot of up things. Where's up? No, there you go. Up. Pretty much that. That's what I got for the up section. There's this house, and then the balloons here. Put that over there. I need to make a path like this is going to be the Pixar kind of path. Is this one? The annoying thing about this path though, it doesn't match the border, and it drives my OCD crazy. I am very new. Oh, well, you're more than welcome here. We'll give you all the advice in the world. Where'd you get at the house? It's a premium shop house, unfortunately. So it just has to randomly come up in the shop. One thing you notice about this game, all the cool shit is locked behind all the not really a paywall, because you can earn dream stones inside the game, but a lot of the cool houses and stuff are kind of locked behind the premium shop. But yeah, I've been playing since the beginning of the game. I started streaming just, I think, yeah, just before the Scar update, which is referred to as the second update, or the first big update after the game launched. Not launched, it was yeah. Anyway, I've been playing for many years. And it's a good ADHD kind of routine thing I've got. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Set this a little bit so it looks a little bit on purpose. Yeah. How far into the game are you? If you don't mind me. Hit the respawn, so I really need to toggle those on and off. Yay. So far, I love the game. Bought all the expansions. Been playing for a couple of months. Nice. I would say the better expansion is Story But Fail. That's definitely the biggest expansion. I think with the first expansion, they tried new things and kind of missed the mark. I think one of the biggest problems with the first expansion, which is the Turning Isle one, which is this one, where I am now, is space. I mean, they made it like Dreamlight Valley is predominantly a design game. You can design your own kind of village and so forth, but they made the areas here so restrictive that a lot of people hated it. So that's why if you notice in Story But Fail, it's a lot more spacious and it's a lot more room. And it's the one thing you will notice about Dreamlight Valley is that devs definitely listen to the people playing the game, especially streamers and so forth. There's a few streamers slowly kind of moving away from the game, but they're still trying to improve it and make it the best. Like initially with these paths, they didn't let you angle them, so now you can kind of angle them and put them at an angle like that. You didn't be able to used to do that, for like a year or more than a year. For about 2 years, you couldn't do that. And they finally listened and put that into the game. And a lot of people were complaining that they were running out of room. Running out of room in the game as well. So that's why they introduced the island feature, which is... there you go. The floating islands, which is just more room as well. So that's the one benefit about Dreamlight Valley, is the fact that they do listen to people playing the game and slowly improving just the base game as well, which is always a nice surprise. I mean, back in, I wouldn't say back in the day, but at least a couple of years ago, the only updates you would ever get is for the new expansion. That would be about it. They wouldn't go back and give updates to previous expansions or to the base game itself. At least with Dreamlight Valley, they try and make an effort to do that. And I know a lot of people do appreciate that, but I think they are behind on a lot of games out there. And the quality and life improvements, pretty much improvements that should have always been there. The feature that annoys, especially people that have been playing a while like myself, is if you want to find something, it's very difficult. And by that, I mean in the furniture. You can search for it, right? You can search for whatever. But the problem is you need to know exactly the name of what you're looking for and also have it in your inventory. So let's say, that's a good example of what I'm trying to say. Let's just go bathroom and play that. Cool. So let's say you've got the green hideout rug, right? Place it down, and it's 0 now. But if you exit out of it, you can go back to furniture, and let's type in hide out. Hideout rug isn't there because I've already placed it. So the problem is you have to have items in your inventory in order to find it. So if you see this rug and you want to place another one and you search for it and it's not there, you have to go, alright, did I buy it or did I craft it? And then you either go to Scrooge's or go craft it. But I also, if I just saw this randomly, let's say I didn't just place it and I didn't know what it was called, and I just saw it in my valley, I'm like, oh, I must have placed that down ages ago. I want to make another one, or I want to get another one. You're like, all right, let's get another one. Put my mouse over it. There is nothing on the screen to indicate what the name of the item is. So how do I find it? It's a rug. So if I type in rug, do I find it? Of course I don't. Because it's not, as I said before, it's not in the inventory. So I'd be scrolling through here and go, alright, the rug's not there. Oh, I must have got the name wrong. And you keep on searching for it, and then you just get tired for it. You just exhaust yourself. And then you just give up and then move on to something else. See, is it even under rug? I'm pretty sure it was under rug, right? Yeah, it's a hideout rug, yeah. But, I mean, I've got lucky to think rug, you know? But if I was a random Joe that wanted just to recreate an item, it's very, very difficult. So I think one of the bigger frustrations about the game is, despite it being a design game, it's very hard to design things that you want, unless you know exactly what you're looking for. Which, for people like myself, which ADHD brain is like a siphon, I forget stuff all the time, so I place things down all the time and forget about them all the time. So there's still quite a lot in the game that they need to work on, and I hope they do have the time to work on, especially the NPC AI. I kind of wish they improve it a little bit so it feels like an actual village. You'll notice the NPCs kind of just walk around a lot of the time. Like here. Oh, he sits down, at least that's something. But like Mike is kind of just not interacting or anything. Yeah. There's a few bugs about it, but it's definitely a fun if you don't take it too seriously. If you decorate and use things, they won't show up when you look for them. Not good. It's not the best, no. It's only if you've got them in the inventory. So if you've got like 100 of them and you just use one, it will show up. And it's just little things like that. I mean, another thing is the search function up here where you could type it. That took them 2 years to put into the game. That's only a new feature. That's why you'll notice in some menus that search function isn't there. I think. What's a good example? Yeah, the crafting. No, here's a good example. There's no search function. So I've got all these recipes of things I craft. It's not in alphabetical order either. If you notice, there's B here, and the top one starts with an L. So it's not in alphabetical order. It's not in any logistical order. The only order that it's in the order that you obtain the ability to craft that particular item. So just keep that in mind. The most recent thing that you'll be able to create will be at the bottom. But it's something like that. It's like, it's very frustrating. Like if I want to make an old barrel, for instance, I would have to just scroll through here until I find it. Because I don't know where in the list it is. Luckily it's there, because for the sake of the example. So there's a few things. I am being rather negative on it. The positives is you get to basically. I do like the storyline. This newer things have gone. The storyline is really good. If you have ever gone through any mental health issues or even depression, the story is very much about losing your childhood and losing that happiness inside of you, and then gaining that back when you come back to Dreamlight Valley. And you understand that as you go through the story. So just be prepared for that. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky for some people. I like the idea of all the characters interacting with each other. I do like the idea of building a valley and having, all these Disney characters interact with it. Unfortunately, that's not the strongest aspect of the game, but it's definitely something that it could suddenly improve on with an update. Over time. So I'm not writing that off entirely, because they do interact with it. They do sit down, they do talk to each other. It's just very kind of robotic in a weird way. It's like, do this task, and it walks over and it sits down, and it's like, wait 5 seconds and then stand up again or something like that. So I'm hoping that changes over time, and that can. It's one of those weird simple things. But how often do you get Wally interacting with Sully, or Mike, or Olaf, or Maribel, And it's cool to go on that kind of the journey to see where they go with the game. I think that's one of the things that I've enjoyed. It's watching the game evolve from what it initially conceptually was to what it is now. Because the game originally was supposed to be free to play. It was supposed to be essentially just Dreamlight Valley, not Attorney Isle or anything here. And I don't believe the characters that we're getting now were ever planned. Buzzed. Yeah, I don't think they were ever planned to be in the game. So seeing that we're reaching a point where all the major characters, you could say, are ticked off, that you would expect to be introduced into the game, and we're starting to head into that territory of now we're getting a little more obscure. I never thought we'd get Inside Out characters, and that's coming with the new update. Because they tried to keep it realistic to scale as well. So you get Buzz and Woody, who are toy size. Like there's Buzz and Woody. Oh no, there's Woody. Sorry, and there's Remy. You get them actual size, and they had kept that true. So no one expected any Cars characters. No one ever expected any. Inside Out definitely wasn't expected, because obviously the emotions are technically they're non-existent, but very, very small. So the fact that we're getting that is cool. And and the quality of life improvements they've been putting into the game are definitely ramping up. They're definitely adding more and more, and I think that's them kind of doing a bit of housekeeping, if that makes sense, of tidying up a lot of the features of the game where they've been overdue to tidy up for a while, because I think they're starting to lose the player base for really quality of life. The game's not bad. I think people just that play it for a long time just get very frustrated with the things that aren't there, like search functions and little things like that that other games have, like putting things diagonally and all that stuff. And even just the design aspect, how it's rather limiting. And I think that's what they're trying to fix up now with the quality of life. And they're doing quality of life improvements every single update now, which is really, really great to see. A big thing that they have been teasing a little bit is more multiplayer components to the game, which I've been looking forward to, because at the moment the only multiplayer-esque thing, I mean, you can have people come and visit your valley all the time, but when they visit your valley, it's very limited what the players can actually do. For instance, if you can open the valley, and now up to 4 people can be in a valley at once. So 3 people can essentially visit your valley, and you don't have the ability to sit down once you enable multiplayer, which is silly. They don't have the ability to go into shops or houses without you going with them, so you essentially have to take the whole party with you. They don't have the ability to go to the expansion pack valleys. Like, I'm in Turning Isle right now. No one has the ability to actually visit it. Which is a bit disappointing, because you like to open your valley up and have your friends come over, but having to kind of go with them wherever you go, it can be a bit frustrating. Because you just want them to go and explore and have fun in your valley. You kind of have to go with them the whole time. Being new, I have a lot of the characters level up. Yeah, still a lot of new stuff. Yeah, exactly. You are in a very unique situation of discovering everything for the first time. So really, just take my words as someone that's been playing for a very long time, rather than someone just being cynical on it. So you've definitely got a lot of fun ahead of you. And take your time with it. A lot of people stress out about how many quests they've got, how many people they've got to level up. The biggest complaint you hear from new players is that it feels a little bit overwhelming. But definitely take it as it's supposed to be a game you take casually and in time. And you're not supposed to go from 0 to 100 overnight. Just take your time with it. Focus on the characters you want to focus on. And just have fun with it. That's the key. Just have fun. Don't stress it. And if you ever need anything, once you unlock the multiplayer ability, and to unlock the multiplayer ability, unlock Vanellope. A little tip there. You're more than welcome to drop a message in the Discord if you want to come over and pick up some supplies. What I've done is I've built markets for people to come around and just pick up stuff from tables that they need for a stack of things. So it's either stack of 99 or stack of 50, depending on the particular item that you're looking for. So you're more than welcome to pop around and pick up anything. So, like, for instance, if you're like coming around and you want some snowballs over here. So this is my snowball stall. So all my items have stalls like here. You can pick up anything you want. But if you want snowballs, you can come over here and just pick it up and you get a stack of 99. So if you ever need anything, you're more than welcome to pop by and grab anything that you need. But you need to unlock multiplayer first. So I don't think you can go to someone's valley until you unlock the multiplayer building. And also another tip, once you have unlocked multiplayer, get Daisy. Because once you unlock Daisy, you get Daisy's stall, which is here. And anyone that comes to your valley, you'll be able to see their particular designs in Daisy. So these are all the people that have visited my valley. Joe Rogan apparently have visited my valley. And that's more shameful than anything else. But you can see other people's designs that they've set up. And so let's see Jedi's. We'll see Jedi's. There you go. So there's Jedi's designs. And then if you want to wear them, you could just interact with it. So he's got the Zelda shirt. So Go for the Zelda one. Save outfit. Cool. Cool. So we saved it, and then we can wear it. I'm wearing a trench coat, so that's not really working. There you go. Yeah, I got the Zelda shirt. There you go. Did you see mine? We'll see Jasmine's then. Yeah, Jedi's crazy with his designs, and I really liked his old videos when he used to do them. We'll see Yasmin's. This is your one design and a naked person. So, like, Yasmin's designs, it's pretty much just a dress and a naked person, but, I mean, she's a nudist, so that makes sense. And she beats her husband. But I've got I got a Pokemon one over here. Should I put it on? I'll go Ninja Turtle. I'll go Ninja Turtle one. Oh, yeah, that's another little tip for you. But if you ever need any supplies, just reach out on our Discord, and I can just open the valley. And you can come around and pick up anything. It makes a little more sense once you've unlocked multiplayer, and you'll be able to try it out. But the idea is that people can come on and just get whatever they need. And this is my food and gem market, which I got up here. So these are all my gems. The same kind of concept. You can just come and pick up anything you need. And we've got the food area over here. Actually, we'll do the smalls. I'm at the table. Oi. 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 Don't oi me. I really wish that they would just automatically ABC it. I got the pirate ship crafting station too. Interesting. That's that, yeah. I needed to make a pirate ship area. I never did. There you go. See, these are all the crafting tables you can get in the game. Tammy, I kind of designed this little area to kind of show off. It's like a little showroom for all of them. So all these are crafting tables you can get. So that's another thing. If you want to come over and check them out, you can check out little items like that. Which one? I want to make that now. 20. Alright, I need 20 smalls. Alright. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting seeing the game change and evolve, and that's one thing I really like about the game. For a period of time though, they didn't really put in a lot of quality of life improvements, and it's good to see what they've been working on has really come to fruition. I'd be interested to see what they do next, really, after this update. I think they're going to spend the next 2 updates probably just tidying up things. I think the update after this will probably get all the islands for Storybook Vale. But definitely I feel like there's a big multiplayer thing coming. But they really need to do that sooner rather than later, because there's a lot of people exiting the game, and it's happening fast and faster, because I think there's a lot more other cozy games out there that are tickling the itch that they thought Dreamlight Valley was going to. I reckon this game would blow up with a really good... I mean, I go on about it all the time, but it's desperate for injection. I mean, I'd love to just be able to open the valley, play the game as normal, and then people just randomly pop by. I'd love that. I think one of the issues that they have with that is how the game works is when you open your valley, You can go to someone's valley. What it does is that it copies your valley, or the valley that you're visiting, into your game. So if you're coming to my valley, it will... Basically, my valley saves itself. And that's why you can't place any items and stuff. It saves it. And then when you visit their valley, it's downloading the valley into your game. So you're going to... the valley's being downloaded into your game, and then you're loading it. That's why it takes a little while, because it's loading the entire valley. And so the valley opens up, you're playing it, and the only thing multiplayer really behind the scenes is happening is that it's telling the host, let's say me, your location as you're running through the valley, and that's why you can see someone's face running through the valley. However, the placement of all the other characters is different. So, you know, we've got Rapunzel, for instance. Rapunzel wouldn't be there on your version of the game. She could be over here, or could be over here. The characters inside of these houses will be there, will be different as well, because that's based off your internal clock. So it's 7:44 AM at the moment for me, and at that time these characters are supposed to be in these houses. But in your time, it won't be 7:45 AM unless you're from New Zealand. It won't be. So that the characters inside these houses will be different. And so, in order for true multiplayer to work, what it needs to do is not only download the valley like it does, but it also needs to download all the placement of where all these characters are at this particular time. And that's a lot of data being sent through. So it has to track all these characters, upload them every single time, and upload all the movements that they're doing and their placement, which is a lot, which can slow down multiplayer. And this game was never intended to be a multiplayer game, so it's just not streamlined to do that. That's a lot of data, and they probably don't have a lot of data compression as well. Data compression is basically how large that data is when it's been sent through. So if they don't have a good multiplayer team, or that haven't really designed the game to work that way, the data that's sending from here, from me, the host, to you would be so large that it'll just chug everything down and slow everything down. So they don't want to do that. So that's a challenge they have to get around, and which is probably why it's taking a while if they are going to upgrade the multiplayer. And that's why the sit function probably doesn't work either, is because it has to send another message over through that you are sitting down on here, but also the characters, the NPC characters, could be sitting on that seat in someone else's version of the game. So if you come here and you sit on this seat, Elsa could be sitting there. In my version of the game, she could be sitting on that seat. She could be sitting on the seat where Oswald is. Oswald's sitting there, right? You could come in and you could sit on that seat because Oswald wouldn't be there. So it would look weird and break that illusion of how it works. And I think that's why they don't do it. Because they don't want to break that illusion of that's how multiplayer works, that it doesn't really work as smoothly as they think. Because no one can see what I'm seeing. Like, this view right now would be completely different on your view. So I get why that's quite hard to work on multiplayer. It's fixable. And that's why servers are so important, because what happens if you set up a server is that the game's running on the server, I'm connecting to the server, and you're connecting to the server, so we're all seeing one version of the game. So in order for this to be fixed, the host needs to host the game somewhere. So you can either host it on their server or host it on my computer as a local host, and then you connect to it, or vice versa, you host it. The problem with that is lag at that point, because by the time the signal sends from here to you, things will get jittery, and you'll see characters fly across the screen because all of a sudden it's not supposed to be in that location because of lag. But if it's at a host server that doesn't belong to me or doesn't belong to you, it costs money. And that's all it comes down to. Imagine every single person that's playing the game wants to host a version of the game. You know, the slot will be open to the server, but the server will be clogged up. And that's why MMOs struggle with it. So completely get the limitations when it comes to the multiplayer aspect. I just think the game became a lot bigger than they intended, because I don't think they even intended for the multiplayer component to even be that significant. Because that's why when they first launched the game, they had this bit social media thing and said if they get X amount of likes or shares or something like that, they'll add in multiplayer. And they said it in a very kind of like, it won't be a big thing, it will just be a little thing that will add in on the side. But I think it's grown to be like, in order, if you want this game to last, you're gonna have to expand here. But yeah, that's my TED talk about multiplayer. So if they manage to make it work, it would be bloody amazing. It would be definitely a huge achievement for the team if they're able to figure it out. But the game was just never set up that way, and it'll be extremely difficult to. It's like building a boat out of a car. It's like technically it has the components there in order to make a boat, but it's really bloody hard, and you're gonna have to do a lot of modding and a lot of changes to the initial vehicle for it to make it work. So I'd be surprised at whatever we get. But I think that's why also they cut down on a lot of the cheating that took place. It's because they're planning on something like what I suggested of a host and so forth, because items works a very similar way in terms of how they're replicating items in that. And the local host and all that stuff, and whatever they're doing is probably going to not cause more cheating. I think that it's going to impact a little bit of how people generate items and how easy it is. I don't know. I don't understand people that cheat in this game. I get the argument of the whole people don't have a lot of time. But the game's not supposed to be... You're not supposed to rush through games. You're supposed to enjoy them. Maybe that's like a generational thing of everyone feeling like they need to speedrun every game that they get now. You're not supposed to take their time with it. Maybe I'm just an old man yelling at a cloud. I don't know. I like playing what I do. Life's too short to take things too seriously and to not play the games you want to play. But next week will be fun. I'm considering doing a 12-hour stream. I'll see if I can get the time off work. It's one of the few things in life that I look forward to. That's a lie. I look forward to a few things. It just... I don't know. Sadly, not being able to go out so much and being able to kind of go out, you know, go to a bar and have a beer, or, you know, spend all night drinking with my partner watching stupid TV. It takes away from the adventure of the game with the cheat. Yeah, exactly. And I think a big part of the game is to have fun with it and to take it at your own pace. I think that the issue why people want to cheat is the same way people like illegally download. If you make it too difficult for people to get what they want, they will figure out an easier way to do it. So like for Netflix, if you make the pricing so high that it's very difficult to afford it, they're going to figure out a different way of getting that, which is downloading. And it's the same with cheating. If you make the game too difficult, too grindy, too whatever, they're going to figure out a way to make it easier. Now, there are some things that are intended to be difficult, and then you're just cheating because you're trying to make it easier for yourself because you're lazy. But if you're cheating and getting crafting items instead of grinding for it, that's a little bit different. Because at that point, you're just cheating. Because the whole point of these crafting items is for them to be difficult to obtain those crafting mats to make that item, which makes them special. But if you're just cheating for it, it kind of loses that effect. So it's a balance of it. I mean, they obviously shouldn't make things too difficult. But to be honest, every item in this game, I have never felt like I needed to cheat for. I've never cheated, for the record. I haven't cheated on this game. I haven't gone to any treasure islands. I think I visited one treasure island once just to check it out, but I never actually picked up anything because I just wanted to see it. Because it was the new rage at the time. It was like a year or two ago. I understand people were cheating with some of the holiday items and wanted to... Ooh. Oh, damn it. That was the worst timing for that leveling. Yeah, I understand why people do it, but... Never cheated. Yeah, but I mean... I get it. But this game isn't supposed... You know, every item you can just get by just grinding it out. And if you are that impatient, then don't play the game, because this game is a little bit grindy. But that's the kind of point. And there's not a lot to do in the game as well, so if you like automatically get the items, you're going to run out of stuff to do pretty quickly once you level everything. I lost my thought, but you know what I mean. It's just, yeah, it seems a bit pointless to me. I'll be probably playing this game until they sunset the game, just because it's done quite a lot for me in terms of my ADHD routine. And I'm going to be stuck inside for a very long time after my heart transplant, so I need stuff to do. And I think after I get my heart transplant, once I've recovered, I came back, I'm going to try and stream like it's a bit of a job to help me kind of recover and get back into the routine. Because when I eventually go back to work, I'm gonna need to be okay sitting at a desk doing all that stuff for a very long time. So the idea is that that's part of my therapy, is sitting down at a desk, taking breaks and so forth, like it's my normal job, to see how my body handles it and recovers from it. So I'll probably be like on Mondays from 6 a.m. maybe even 7 a.m. I might push it out by an hour. From 7 a.m. to probably about 4 p.m. my time. I'll probably just stream Light Valley. Tuesday will be Palia. Wednesday will be Dreamlight Valley again. Thursday will be Dinkum. And Friday will be the community day, and it'll be whatever people want me to play. Could be a new game as well, so if there's a new game coming out that week, or something like that, I could actually buy it and try it out. And that's what I'm going to do for... I'll probably end up doing that for a month after it. That's the plan anyway. Because I want 6 months off. I've been saving really, really hard. Unfortunately, because my heart transplant was a genetic condition. It was an undiagnosed genetic condition that no one knew about for so long. Unfortunately, just because no one knew about it, doesn't give me any benefits. So normally people that go through the condition I'm going for, it's normally due to a heart attack because of something, or it's due to some kind of external thing that's happened, like cancer or something like that. But unfortunately, because it was a genetic condition, I don't qualify for a lot of benefits people would normally get. So we have something over here called ACC, which stands for Accident Compensation Corporation. It's typically supposed to cover when you get hurt or get injured or something unexpected happens, and they cover your salary and cover certain costs and so forth. Fortunately, I don't qualify for that because it was a genetic condition. So in order to pay my rent, in order to have the time off, I need to save. I need to save. So luckily, I've come to some agreement at work of how they're going to do it. So when I get sick, or when I get the transplant, I will use my sick leave first, and then I'll use my annual leave, and then they may grant me some special leave. which they only give to people in situations like myself, which may give me a month or two of salary, but after that I'm on my own. So I want to have 6 months off. That's the minimum recommended time. Ideally, they say like a year. You should have about a year off after a transplant, specifically a heart transplant, because you never know the complications that can come with it. It's also a massive lifestyle change because you're stuck at home. It takes about a year for your the immunity suppressants to actually kind of plateau, and for your immunity to get strong enough to fight off normal diseases, but also not reject the heart. So ideally I want a year. I'm not going to be able to afford that. In order for me to afford just the rent for a year, I'm going to do a quick calculation. I've got the math somewhere, but for a year's for a year just paying my rent, it's $24,700. That's just for my rent. So 24,000 New Zealanders. I will transfer that to pounds for you, Tammy. Not Tammy, Yasmin, because I don't know where Tammy's from, but going to NZD, UKD, UKP it would actually be. So for your benefit, Yasmin, that's $10,802.54. Pounds, I should say. It's 10,802 pounds. That's just for my rent. So that's not including expenses, food, and all power and all that stuff. And so there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to afford that. But I'm saving up for half of that, so at least 6 months. And I've achieved at the moment, as of right now, I've achieved 22.17 weeks of savings. So I've got 22.7 weeks of rent saved. I'm not including all the other expenses because I'm going to use those 2 months for those expenses. United States, Kansas. All right, we'll transfer to that. What was the amount again? USD. So that's $14,621 US. There you go. So yeah, it's a little bit expensive. So that's pretty much all my savings going into it at the moment and trying to achieve that. And so yeah, I'm at 22.17 weeks, which is 9.17 weeks of savings. No, that's wrong. I'll take that back. That's so that's 5.54 months of savings. So I'm nearly at the 6 month mark. I'm 0.48 away from hitting the 6 month target, which is really, really good. So it means I got 6 months locked in the savings. The thing is, I don't know when the transplant's going to happen. It could be today. I could get the phone call today, or it could be in 6 months' time, or it could be whenever, because it's basically sadly waiting for somebody else to die in order for me to get a heart, which is a very morbid thing to think about, but it's the realities of what a transplant is. So I may have time, I may not have time. Either way, I'm saving up, and the fact that I've saved that much so much, I can probably guarantee myself 6 months off. But any more than that really depends on how my savings goes. So, and that's the ideal situation, is that I just save and I get as much time as possible. So that was a bit of a rant because it's been in my head all week about me stressing about having enough, and I hope I do. I really hope I end up having enough. The problem is I don't know when it's going to happen. I think that's the problem. Is like if I want to spend this little extra cash, maybe on a trip, or a little extra cash on something unique and special, I have no idea whether that I'm going to regret that or not. But hey, if we keep going the way we are, we should be fine. Right, Dave? Yeah. It's the unknown that eats at you. But yeah, anyway, that's my own problem, and I know people don't like to talk about money on the internet, but it's a realistic thing for me. And luckily I'm in New Zealand where all that medical stuff is paid for anyway, so I know I have it a lot easier than someone like yourself would have in America. Like the heart transplant, the machine that I've got plugged into me, the LVAD, that costs upwards like $500,000 to $2 million, I've heard, in America. And that's without insurance, but I mean, we don't really have that over here. But it's kind of crazy to know that if I was born in America, I'd be worse off. And I'm very, very thankful for not being in that system. Because I didn't want to die. And so sadly, a lot of people in America have to make that choice. Especially if I had a family, if I had kids. And I'm 30, I was 36 when all this went down. So there is a realistic possibility that I could have had kids at that time. And if I had kids in America, and I had to make the choice of putting my family in $2 million of debt, or just passing away, I don't know what I would choose. Because that's a lot of debt. That's like legacy debt right there. People talk about legacy wealth, and legacy debt works the same way. Anyway, that's depressing enough for now, and I think I've scared Tammy off for any future streams, so we'll leave it there for the week. So thanks for popping around. Thanks Yasmin, thanks Mr. Tanker, thanks Tammy, and thanks anyone else out there that has watched, will watch, or could watch. I'll be back on next week as I normally am. Well, as I said before, Monday Dreamlight Valley, Tuesday Palia, Wednesday Dreamlight Valley, and then Thursday Dinkum, and then Friday kind of a bit of a community chatting day, but most likely Dreamlight Valley. If you want to stay in contact, make sure you join the Discord. Yasmin's been posting clips of me hating on Australia and Australia hating on me, which are quite funny. And yeah. If you need anything, if you want me to open the valley, just join the Discord and chat there. And the more people that chat there, the more we feel like a bit of a community, because there's definitely a good set of us that turn up over the course of the week. You know, Mr. Tanker, Yasmin, Thressa, Ramona, I'm missing somebody. Night Jedi, Spy, you're out there, I know you are. There's a bunch of other people, and yes, you can give me crap. If you're listening to this and I haven't mentioned you, give me some crap. Hell comes on as well, but a lot of people. We've got this little small community, not big, so you're more than welcome to come by next time if you want to. Anyway, I'm off to work. I'm already 5 minutes late, and I'm pretty much procrastinating.